All right, separate traders, welcome on back to close out our week, close out our Friday. Hell, close out our month actually. This April 28th Friday, last trading day across the whole pay period, folks. Great to have all of us inside our live trading room. Great to have all of us back on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. For all of us inside the live trading room, just let me know if you could hear me loud and clear. Just had Jith a moment ago, had Leda just right now. So if I got them, I got all of us. So great to have all of us back inside our live trading room. Hey, folks, if you were here, then you know, because this has been an incredible afternoon so far up until this point. Perhaps the quiet before the storm, even at that, because the markets alike have just been pretty flat the last hour and a half, 2 hours. But even with that, we've taken full advantage of the MEGL. That's been all over the place. The hoodie trade here. This normally has been a very volatile stock in the past. I think it's done like, a bunch of different reverse stock splits. And over the years, this has been a notorious tease, a big pop and drop type of stock. And to the point where I've never really felt too fond of trading it personally. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I ended up missing out on the first leg of this trade, but just a moment ago, like after 12 o'clock, after we finished up the phase two morning class, this ended up providing for an incredible move. Ended up breaking over four, ran off smoothly from there, ended up pulling back, and ended up holding a higher low. I actually have fib extension lines set up right now. I was playing it off of those just before, and really, those in whole numbers. That's it. 7, 8, 9 ahead, 10, obviously. I was saying to John inside our chat board just on the leg up when it was at $8, like, hey, I think that there's some room to see some action on the whip towards 10-ish. So for right now, it's actually looking pretty good. Building perhaps a higher low in the process right now. Bounced off of 7. Let's see if it could do the same off of 8 here. And I'll be a happy camper if this flies up during the meeting here. I might have to try and scale out half my trades, so we'll see. But Huddy, we will definitely put back on our watch list for right now. We had the top trade just before, folks. We have a class coming up, the phase two stock course continuing. Just our second lesson here for the month of April. So with that, just I want to make sure that we all have enough time to prep and get ready. Let me actually just get my book map up my level 4 up on my other screen here. And I'm going to keep track of Huddy as this goes, but we'll go from top to bottom and see what else we can get. Speaking of, no pun intended. I really didn't mean for that to be a pun, but you know, going to the top of the watch list here, right at top, up 700, 800% right now. So, hey, it is moving. Don't get me wrong. If there were warrants on it and the order book was liquid on the warrant, then I'd be following the warrant. But I don't think that's the case. So, yeah, for right now, too expensive for my liking. If you want to give it a stab on one share, you could do that, but I just think that you're going to make actual money trading, more shares of a much cheaper stock. So, to each their own on that. But if you're here to try and lock in some money, then MEGL could still be worth watching in that sense. I mean, it hasn't totally dove off just yet, actually. Uh, I'm kind of surprised with that. I thought it would be kind of tanking lower at this point. So, yeah, even this is still up for consideration. It's traded 93 million shares total on the day. I don't have my other scanner up right now just to check the float and all that good stuff. But, prior to today and yesterday, this stock was trading just 100,000 shares at most a day. So very thin, I'd imagine. I'd still look for a lower low on this stock over time right now. I'm not fully committed. I'm actually going to put this on the side list. I'll come back to it, by the end of this meeting. If it's still holding, then I'll give it a lick. I'll give it a shot. All right, speaking of holding, Huddy holding over 8 right now, trying to squeeze back up to 815. So, like I told you, I have my eye on that still. We keep going though. AGBA, and look at this though, pop and drop. Looks like it's more likely to fill the gap, if not by close today, than Monday morning, perhaps next week. What's been interesting today? I took a loss earlier on a stock we'll jump to in a moment, GSUN. We'll get to that coming up here, but similar pattern here at the iLag. This has just been so thin. I mean, big spread, thin volume out there on the book, and it's a dollar. It's $1.58 right now. So something doesn't add up on that. Something doesn't add up on this. I took a 5-cent loss on this earlier, and that was on some shares. So that kind of cut me back a small amount. And still, I mean, hey, right now, just for a dollar stock, $1.44 stock, you should be seeing a lot better than this. It's been the case all day. So you have to try and work around that and just focus on stocks that are more liquid. Even Huddy, of course, that's a little illiquid too, but for the price, $8, it's up over 195%. All right, that's kind of understandable. All right, actually, let me go back to UXIN here. UXIN, what's this? Ended up pushing up earlier. If it could smash over this 110 level, then that could be of note. But let me know if it does during this meeting. CXAI, hey, I took a loss on this earlier. It was off at 14. I ended up trying to jump it off 12 right here. This stupid thing went up without me. That one I was a little ticked about missing. But hey, look at how thin the volume is on the book for right now on this trade too. So, again, do I really want to play with fire right now? No, but of course we know how volatile and jumpy this trade is, and if you know how to follow it, then that was worth the entry and just missed it by a hair. That would have been a nice one too, but can't catch them all. Can't catch them all right there. Let's see what else we got though. CXAI. What else we got? Kind of my scanner's refreshed on me here. WLGS, another pop and drop on this one, so I'm going to move away from that. IMGN, it's kind of holding there, but slow. I feel like that's going to be the theme also. Nothing really too strong that's moving really well outside of the Huddy if it could hold over 8. And Huddy is now pulling back down to 782, 770. That's all right. I mean, hey, if you're trading it off the whole number of levels, then maybe just move your stop up. I need to do that here too coming up before we jump over to the loser side. If it drops any further, I may just hit the eject button, but I'll just move my stop up on that trade coming up. All right, so market's dragging back down a little bit. Nothing really too eventful otherwise on the gainers list here, folks. HKD, let me actually on the other one right now. Huddy, move my stop up at least. All right, so on HKD, ended up leading to a nice pop earlier. We are very familiar with this stock. It's the stock that went from like $8 up to 2,500 back last year. That I always like to say is a real move. That's not some fake move. We are all there for that inside our live trading room. I mean, that was the largest move percentage-wise across a series of days that I've ever seen. I've been working for Fausto for 9 years now, roughly. So you thought that you'd see it all, right? But on that day, that was crazy. If this could eventually make a fraction of the type of run it made back then we'll be happy. We'll be impressed. Speaking of right now, FRC trying to crawl back up over 370. I was looking for an afternoon trade just before the meeting, and I took a small loss on FRC from 370. And then I jumped back in, just broke back over my big level on the way up. All right, take the trade. So I'm still in on this one also for right now. Just waiting to see if this could make the higher high up to 4 or the push up to 4. I don't know if it's a higher high just yet, but otherwise, at least, I just got to make sure I'm out before class, begins on this one. All right, so let's see what else we got, though. You got the NET, just down big percentage-wise, trying to go back up. Cloudflare, $45, so not really too jumpy to it. Snap. Yeah, no, this is like so slow moving right now. If it was much closer to the lows and making a stronger move down right now, then I would have been more interested, but yeah, same here. All right, let's see. You know what I'm looking forward to, folks? The weekend. Why is that? Because I can give my mouth a rest. Been a lot of talk in the last 2 weeks, if anything, not even this week with class. Been stacking the coaching calendar up, heading into May as well. We are, but the weekend coming up. It's gonna be nice. Hope everyone has some fun plans set for the weekend. FSLR making a great dead cat bounce since the morning, like right around 10:30 Eastern time. It seems like. Let me zoom out there. Yeah, 10:30, 11 o'clock, hit truly bottomed out, high or low later on off 172 apparently, and from there it ran. Good trade. I just wasn't really watching it then. PLTK. Nah. All right, folks. If there's anything else looking good on the way up, on the way down, type it in the chat board. Let me know. I'm going to type my email address in early for all of us on YouTube, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc. The works, as I like to say. All of our social streams right there. Josh at cttrading.com is the handle. Any questions that you got, feel free to shoot me a quick email over the weekend. Any trades or questions. I do have to get back to a couple of our students first, actually. I want to make sure they know that, just from last night into this morning. So please, I'm going to write back to you actually just after we finish up class coming up. But over the weekend, we'll keep the inbox open. All right. So, folks, let me know if there's anything else looking good. Notably on the way up, if anything. I mean, hey, market's kind of grinding off the highs a little bit lower, but I feel like we'll get like a nice pop higher here into the closing bell. Benzinga Pro scanner here. SAI maybe trying to make a move up over 17%. TCJH, that does not sound like a fun stock to me. I feel like that's going to be like some pop and drop. Oh, yeah. All right. What else we got? SAI trying to go up right now, right? It would be hard for us to pass on this here at this point. This stock we are pretty familiar with. We only have two on the main list here at this point. We got the Huddy, we got the FRC for right now. That's it. Maybe Mara if that can make one more bounce back up. I ended up going break even on my last trade from 1002. I ended up getting some money at first off of 1009 entry. No, from 990 entry. Got out at 1009. I was waiting for the higher high here at this point, just never got it. All right. Anything else, folks? Up, down, left, right. Let me know. Gonna check out MEGL before we finish. I guess it's kind of hanging in there, isn't it? Hasn't totally dove off since we started this meeting. I feel like this is bound for doom here. I'm very pessimistic about this. I feel like this is going to snap lower. It's up so much percentage wise, folks. So, I'll add it. It's not too illiquid for my liking, at least. It's just, I think, over traded, and I think it's up too much. I think it's going to make a lower low eventually into the close. But, hey, if anyone's not joining me in class, and if you're going to be following this here into the close here, I'll root you on. I hope I'm wrong. If it ends up holding right from here at least and pops back up to 5, there's definitely a good chance. Kind of broke above resistance just a moment ago from the chart, roughly around that 429-ish, 430-ish here. Still lingering there right now. So, but for right now, I don't know. I think the Huddy's better, FRC better, SAI definitely looking good. All right, so hey, for all of us on social media, hey, enjoy the weekend. We'll catch you back on Monday of next week. For Leda, for John, for Kathleen, and all of us here live, Rich just posted the link for you for the Phase 2 stock course. I look forward to joining you there. I got to refill up on water before I join you there, if anything. So I look forward to chatting with you folks soon. Talk to you soon. Take care.